Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley, and I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day, morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whenever it may be. I hope it's great. And speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, today is the 5th day of May. This live stream, if you're watching on the replay, was recorded on Cinco de Mayo 2025. So, or for those few remaining Star Wars fans, both of you out there, it is Revenge of the 5th. So good to see everybody in the chat this morning. I am back. It's a new month. I haven't seen you guys since last month. Other than on the Pro channel, I think it was on the Pro channel on, when was that? Thursday night? I don't know. Was Thursday the 1st? Let me think. This is the 5th, 4th, 3rd. So yeah, I think it was Thursday night. Anyhow, I believe that was the case anyway. And if you saw that, you know that over the weekend I went to go meet up with some friends from work, as the Hulk said. Oh, I hope we're streaming okay. Do I have sound? Do I have? Yes, okay, I do. I have sound. We're good. So let me say hi. You guys are waking me up, which is really, really good. Oh my gosh. Wow, it is. I'm happy to be back with you all. I'm happy to see y'all. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I had one of the best, most interesting, most educational, informative, fun, everything weekends of my life. Meeting in a bunker, an undisclosed location, perhaps in Utah, perhaps in Nevada, perhaps in Alaska, perhaps in Canada. We don't know, but it was a good time. It was a good time. Yes, we were actually all up in Alberta. A lot of people don't realize that. So anyhow, lots and lots and lots of fun, but I did in fact see and therefore can report on the Thunderbolts and give you my opinion if you want it. I don't know if you guys want it, but I am waking up, and I appreciate you guys being here and giving me the energy to be here with you today. Like the Transformers needed their Energon. Boy, do I need it this morning. You guys are my Energon. You guys are the energy that provides me the Energon, if you will, to my Autobot that makes me transform and roll out of bed in the morning.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Man, boy, do I need it. I am exhausted, guys. I am absolutely exhausted. If you haven't done so yet, please do hit that like button. Share this stream out on your social medias. It is time, after the weekend I had, to boost these numbers. There's a chance that I'm thinking that what I might do with the Daily Dish is go earlier some days, depending on what my body tells me. Sometimes the morning does not cooperate with my body at the age that I am. And that is just the way it goes. I am of that certain age, if you will. I may not look it on a screen, but when you see that I'm losing my hair, then you realize that. Although I've been losing my hair for over a decade, it's not that big of a deal. Let's say hi to everybody that is in the chat. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Let's do this. Oh, wow. That's cool. That is good news. I'm going to have some very, very, very good news for everybody in the chat in just a minute. Please take advantage of it. I might even, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you about the goal today in a little bit. I'm going to tell you about the goal today. Let me get this on the screen. Don't need an audio tab. So yes, I was running a little bit behind this morning because of the weekend that I had. So I'll tell you a little bit about that one before we get going. Like once I've talked to everybody, I gotta say hi to everybody first. I got to say hi to all of you all in the chat. All Snortapoopas Cuber was first through the door. If you haven't hit the like button, I know Snortapoopas has because he's a burn. He's everything. Please do click that like button. Share this out on your social medias. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel still. If you haven't yet, subscribe and then click that notifications bell. You know that when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here. Follow the Bradley Smith. But Snortapoopas Cuber, hello, how you doing out there, man? Appreciate it. Appreciate the burr. Megan Megs. Hello, Megs. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Oh, it's Taco Day. It's not even, is it? It's Monday. You know, when Cinco de Mayo syncs up with Tuesdays and Cinco de Mayo is on a Taco Tuesday, is perfect. Yes, happy Cinco de Mayo. Hoopy Cinco de Mayonnaise. Hanging with Erica and Raph. Erica, it's good to see you out there. You're going to be invited on my show more often in the future. Just a heads up, because I'm going to be doing some changes to the format. I want to make it more accessible. I want to get more discussion. There's just, I got an idea in my head because of what happened over the weekend. Pam is here. Snortapoopas is here. Tom F. Tom, I saw you on, what did I say? I saw you on Lorena's stream, but I'm not sure. I might have you on the show here as well. So as long as you can do it, you want to be on? Yes, indeed. And my mom is in the chat. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. Equus Heart is here. Good morning, Equus Heart. It's so quiet. My ears are ringing. I don't know why. Native Hawaiian, aloha. Aloha, Native Hawaiian. Tom F saying hi to Native. Andy W is here, coming to us from Nevada. There's a very good chance that I might have been very close to you over the weekend, Andy. Just saying. Maybe I was in Nevada. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, welcome back, Ron, and good morning, everyone. Did I bring? No, I did not. I did not bring back any bread. No, I did not. Revenge of the Fifth. That's clever. I didn't make it up. Star Wars fans made it up. Jeremy Heath for the Energon and Sin is here. Energy. Saw the dang movie. Wish you didn't waste your time. I'm telling you, the first half of that sucker is a sleeper. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Mr. Fulton Mraz is here. Morning, Ron. Yesterday was my mom, Emily's birthday. Happy birthday, Emily Mraz. Happy birthday to your mom. Izzo's place. Are you? No, you're fine. You're good. I started late, actually, so you're perfect. For those mixing Revenge of the Fifth and Cinco de Mayo, we have Cinco de Lando. Isn't he a Calrissian? What is a Calrissian anyway? Tom, Snort, Izzo's, Hail. Everybody back and forth. Very, very cool. And yeah, absolutely, Tom. We're going to get you on. I'm going to get more people on. I want to open up the panels, but I'm going to tell you one thing that some people might not like. There might be days, and I'm thinking, oh, you're welcome, Emily. There might be days when I'm thinking of bumping some days the show up to 8 a.m. so that we have more time. And there's a reason for that. I have learned that the YouTube algorithm does not like live shows shorter than 3 hours. Why? I don't know. I'm not the YouTube algorithm, but apparently the YouTube algorithm loves you when you're 3 hours long and you're on YouTube Live. Weird, weird. I know, but I might have to bump up the show on some days to get those in. I don't know what days I would do that, because that would mean possibly starting as early as 7:30, which is crazy early, and I don't really want to do that. But whew. And there's also I'm looking at trying to find a placement for a midweek, or not a midweek, for a late show. It might be midweek, it might be Wednesdays, it might be Mondays. I don't know. I got to find the right time slot. I don't want to interfere with my friends if I can avoid that. So, and that's going to need to be a 3-hour panel show. I've got to start having more panel shows. I got to step my game up, is what I'm talking about. And so that is going to be happening as well. Weird. I see your comment there. Snort a poopus cuber. But I love you guys. I love you so much. I really do. And I appreciate every single one of you being there. It's very important that you're here. Best audience on YouTube. But that best audience, I got to grow. I have to do it. And in order to grow, I got to work more hours in there. And this is exactly why I'm looking to do a late show, probably 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be about 4 to 7 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm looking to do that. But we want to definitely go out coast to coast. That's for sure. And we also got some other things going on today. So I want to let you guys know about this, because I just checked it out. There's my Follow the Bradleys Fun spread shop. And this is going to have to do with the goal today. We get this on the screen. The reason I'm not wearing my usual hat is because it's still packed. I haven't unpacked yet. I got in last night at midnight, right about midnight. So I got in at midnight, had to go to bed, had to wake up, do the show, all that stuff. I haven't had a chance to really unpack yet. So this is my my beach body hat. There you go. Tom and Izzo, I know I've got some other wrenches in the chat. If you don't mind putting the spread shop link up on the in the chat, I appreciate it. But I want to let you guys know, at the spread shop right now, if you look, there is a 25% discount. That is 1/4 off of everything, guys. Right now, there's only 3 days left. Now is the time to get your merch. Perfect. Native Hawaiian, thank you very much. Awesome. Native Hawaiian is on it. Boom. Yes. So I want to let you know, if you purchase something during the show, let me know, because we're going to celebrate it. Also, I have a goal on the show today. The goal is, I think, is it still there? I don't even see it. I thought I said it. Now I have to double check. I have to go back and double check. I can't believe this. Technology doesn't always work out the way I want it to necessarily. Yes, I do have the goal on the show. Okay, I got the goal. Good. All right, so here's the deal with the goal on the show today. If I hit my 5 super chat, super things, super stickers, whatever they are, if I hit the goal of the 5, I will be releasing a new product today. And you will still have 25% off of that. So I might even release more than one if I hit the goal. Yes. And it's okay, because I need the motivation to work right now. So yes, if here's some of the products that are available now, but there will be more later today. So you've got the Make Disney Walt Again merch. Got to try and keep the hope up. my hope for making Disney Walt again is unfortunately diminishing, and I've got to try and keep the hope up if I can. But we also have the Fedora Finds merch. That's the pop culture news show. And then we also have I'm so exhausted over the last weekend. And then we've got the Follow the Bradleys fun merch, and which is really cool. Like this hoodie, it's really cool. You got the QR code on the back. I wore my shirt out. I will just say that on what day was it? Was it Friday? Yeah, on Friday, I went to Dollywood for the first time ever. And I wore the shirt to Dollywood, and it was very, very cool. I ended up getting subscribers. So get the shirt, help the channel out. I appreciate it. That's awesome. But yes, it's got all the Follow the Bradleys fun merch like that. Fun stuff. And if anybody purchase anything during the show, we will absolutely celebrate it. We have a celebration for all of you for being here. Just for being here, I'm gonna show you what the celebration is, and then anytime there is a super chat, super thing, super sticker, membership comment, that means a member milestone chat, or somebody becomes a member, or gifted memberships are dropped during the show. Any of that awesome support from you, the awesome audience on YouTube. I will celebrate. We will celebrate. If there's PayPal, if there's Buy Me Coffee, any of those types of any of the support during the show, I love to celebrate that. I'm going to celebrate that with you. A celebration. What's it going to look like? By the way, celebrate with me in the chat. That's so important. And if you're not a member of the channel, use some dance emojis or some fireworks emojis or birthday emojis, Cinco de Mayo emojis, taco emojis, whatever you want. But if you're a member of the chat, if you're a member of the channel, drop your custom channel emojis and let's celebrate. We love to celebrate. So, and just to let you guys know, I'm probably going to start popping up in more places. You might see me on Morning Magic on That Park Place, more T3PO stuff, more, Pro. I don't know if I'm going to do more Pro, but I'll definitely be on the Pro show quite a bit. So, but anyway, yeah. So there's just a lot of new things are happening. I'm excited. By the way, if you're in the chat and you happen to see our review on the Pro Show of Thunderbolts, did you catch that live stream? I don't know if there's I don't know. I have been busy paying attention to other things, but if you caught it, let me know in the chat if you happen to see any of that. Our review of the Thunderbolts, and we'll get started on the stories here in just a moment. Today, Cinco de Mayo. Oops. Why is that not? There we go. Oh, that did not do what I wanted it to at all. That's okay. So I'm guessing nobody saw it. I don't see any chats about it. Unless I'm slow on the chats. I'm looking. There are Jeremy, I don't even your chat. I see your chat on my phone, but it's not on my screen. That's weird. Annie W said she saw it. What is going on with my StreamYard? There it is. Jeremy Heath, your chat did not show up oddly on my StreamYard. So I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. So if you saw it, you probably know that yes, we there were a few of us together. Was Vash guy, I think, was sitting to my left. But yeah, Lauren and I mean, you certainly saw that Lauren and Vash and I were together in the same place. It was a good time. We went to see the Thunderbolts, and yeah, it was great. Great time with friends. Even though I didn't love the movie. I was kind of nodding off during the first entire half of it. We're gonna get a story on the screen here. I got a couple stories about Walt Disney World that I want to get to on the show today, and it's just, again, I want so badly to have Walt Disney World become like the Disney company. Make Disney Walt again is more than just a slogan. It is something that needs to happen. The Walt Disney Company and the state of the parks is a shame compared to where it was a decade ago, 15 years ago. I don't like seeing the Disney company especially go downhill the way it has. And it's just uh we're seeing something from a Disney movie play out in real life, and that is Pride Rock. Remember the Lion King and how when Scar took over, Pride Rock just became awful. That's kind of what's happening under Bob Iger's leadership at Disney, and it's just one thing after another after another. And while it may be taking years to play out, it is disgusting to me. Out of that park place, we have Walt Disney World discontinues water park refillable mugs and latest blow to guest value. Yes, they are just taking away the value. I don't know why. Walt Disney World has quietly eliminated one of its most beloved guest perks, the refillable drink mugs at its water parks. With the opening of Typhoon Lagoon on May 1st, following seasonal refurbishment, Disney confirmed the popular refillable mug program is no longer available. Guests arriving for a day of sun and splashes will now be met with higher beverage costs and fewer value options, prompting new concerns that Disney is continuing its troubling trend of eroding guest-centric services. Gone are the refill stations once scattered throughout Typhoon Lagoon. Any remaining stations have either been removed entirely or cordoned off. Guests who purchased refillable mugs in the past are out of luck. The system that once allowed for daily reactivation of the same mug is now defunct. No explanation has been provided by Disney as to why the service was discontinued. Though the implications are obvious, guests are now expected to pay roughly $6 per soft drink every time they get thirsty under the Florida sun. For years, the souvenir refillable mugs served as a small but meaningful perk. Families and solo travelers alike could pay a one-time fee and enjoy unlimited soft drink refills all day long. The option to reactivate the same mug on subsequent visits added even more long-term value for frequent guests. While not a massive financial savings in isolation, the mugs represented the kind of guest-friendly amenity that made a hot day in the parks a little more bearable. Now it's gone, and it's not just the mugs. Over the past 5 years, Disney has gradually stripped away or upcharged many of the conveniences that once made a trip to Walt Disney World feel magical. From the elimination of complimentary magic bands in Disney's Magical Express to convoluted rollout of Genie Plus replacing free fast passes, longtime fans have repeatedly expressed frustration with the company's shift toward monetizing what used to be free or reasonably priced. The disappearance of refillable mugs is just the latest symptom of this shift. Meanwhile, over at Universal Orlando, they continue to take a different approach. The competing resort offers a highly popular refillable cup program that includes unlimited access to Coca-Cola Freestyle machines across its theme parks, including Epic Universe. For a flat fee, guests can hydrate throughout the day without worrying about racking up additional charges. It's a stark contrast to Disney's current path, where what was once included now seems like an a la carte or buffet fees. Blizzard Beach, Disney's other water park, remains closed until May 20th. Once it reopens, the two parks will operate simultaneously for the first time since 2019, but apparently with one less amenity than before. As families begin to plan their summer vacations, they may find themselves comparing not just ticket prices and attractions, but also which resort gives them more value for their money. And in an era where park guests are already feeling the squeeze, removing even minor conveniences like the refillable mugs sends a loud message. Disney is no longer in the business of going the extra mile, at least not without a price tag. This is one of those things where I see it. It's one of those things where they go, okay, no big deal, right? That's what the board thinks. That's what Disney thinks. That's what the parks people think. And park guests, look, people that want to come to Disney World, fans of Disney, okay, fans, we're talking about people that love Disney, are looking to figure out ways they can save money there. And when they have this kind of stuff happening, it is just like, what is going on? I don't get it. Yes, indeed. Iger is Scar. Now we're just waiting for Simba to save Pride Rock, which is the Disney company. You're absolutely right. Iger is Scar and Prince John rolled into one. I agree with you. I mean, this is so ridiculous. I've NEW. I've had shingles. I would not wish shingles on my worst enemy, and so I'm not even going to wish that on. What I wish more than anything is pox on the phony king of England. What I wish is not a pox. I wish for Bob Iger to hand over the reins to somebody who, I would like it. So Bob Iger got the reins by saying that he was something different than what he was. And I hope that happens again. I hope that he hands over the reins to somebody who has been playing along this whole time, but then when they get the reins, they go, whew, finally I can turn the company back and get rid of this woke crap. Because everything woke turns to, yes, they are. Woof, my gosh. Well, it might be a distraction, but let me tell you, that's what a painful time that was in my life. Guys, I want something to celebrate. Let me know in the chat if you use a 25% discount on anything, or if perhaps there's a super, there's a member, maybe there's a member milestone chat. I'll celebrate that. I'm looking for anything today because it helps me to wake up. Let me get this next story on the screen. And it's another Disney World story. And it's kind of funny. Long Rule is here. Long Rule. I don't work on Bob's showers. Yes, that is a celebration for sure. Long Rule says, Disney alienating families, or for Disney adults, Universal welcomed both family and adults, including Potterheads and Nintendo fans, and they spent a little bit more than a Disney adult. Yeah. So in Orlando, we have one of the most popular destinations for vacations in the entire world in Walt Disney World, but across town, something else is happening. It's not just a world, it's a universe, an epic universe. So Walt Disney has to respond, right? Are they desperate? Well, we don't know if they're desperate or not, but they are certainly showing signs that perhaps they might be. We're going to put this on the screen right now to thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you're not already. Disney desperation deepens. Yes, the Mouse House slashes summer ticket prices to $60 for Florida residents as Epic Universe looms. We're talking about prices that at the retail value are like $190 something now, I think. Edging up towards $200, slashed down to $60. It's a good deal if you're a Florida resident. I'm telling you, it's a good deal. But is it just because they love you, or is it because they are desperate and maybe you're trying to pry you away from going to Epic Universe. This is by M. Montanaro out of That Park Place, written on the 3rd of May in, oh, look, it's the castle. In a stunning about face, Walt Disney World is slashing ticket prices for Florida residents this summer, offering a deal that hasn't been seen in years. With prices dropping as low as $60 per day, it's clear that Disney is scrambling to maintain its grip on the local market just as Universal's Epic Universe prepares to make its grand debut. The newly announced Florida Residence Summer Magic ticket goes on sale May 6th and will be valid for visits between May 18th and September the 27th, 2025. Typically, this period of time from Memorial Day to Labor Day is Disney's biggest season, a time in which the company seldom needs to entice anyone, let alone locals with kids on summer vacation, through the front gates of the Magic Kingdom. When Disney does offer discounts, busier holiday times that fall within the discounted period are often left out the window. However, there appears to be no exception made for the 4th of July, once one of Disney's biggest days of the entire year. For the last few years, the company has done remarkably little to celebrate the birth of the United States, and crowds have reflected that with sparse attendance. Drew Smith, Drew, the Disney dude, a good friend of mine. I love Drew. Drew is awesome. Out of X, it says new breaking. Walt Disney World announces the Florida Residence Summer Magic ticket offer, including 3 new ticket options to visit the theme parks for as low as $60 per day. This ticket will be available for purchase starting May 6th for visits from May 18th through September the 27th, 2025. Thank you, Drew, for that. So here we go. The pricing is eye-popping. A 4-day ticket comes in at only $60 per day. Now, granted, to get the $60 per day, you got to buy 4 days, but that's only $240 total, which is a little more than the retail price for a single day ticket. And now you're getting 4 days. That's pretty good. And you're doing better to buy a 4-day than a 3-day if you look at it, because the 3-day ticket is $75 per day, so it's $225 total, and a 2-day ticket is $105 per day, which is $210 total. So you look at the way they do their ticket prices, and they're incentivizing you to pay for the more days. It's like that slight upcharge between a medium and a large. When you do like, oh, a medium soda is $2.85, but a large is $3. So why not pay the extra 15 cents to get the large? Same thing here. If a 2-day ticket is $210, why not pay the 30 extra days and get $30 extra and get 2 more days? This isn't just a summer discount. It's a complete reversal of the strategy Disney has followed for years. Since the early 2010s, the company has deprioritized the local Florida market in favor of out-of-state vacationers willing to spend thousands staying inside the Disney bubble. Room discounts dried up, local perks were scrapped, and the annual pass prices steadily climbed as perks dropped while Disney focused on big spending tourists. But with Epic Universe earning rave reviews from preview guests and preparing to open later this month, the mouse appears to be getting nervous. Disney's latest move practically screams damage control, damage control. Damage control, just in case you didn't hear me, like with a flashing lights thing. Yes, Disney's latest move practically screams damage control. Epic Universe, with its massive themed lands based on Nintendo, Harry Potter, How to Train Your Dragon, and Universal Monsters, has built massive anticipation across the state. And while Disney still enjoys the advantage of name recognition, the allure of something fresh, modern, and immersive is very real, especially for locals who have already done it all at Disney and have faced far less value for higher ticket prices in recent years. By dropping ticket prices to $60 a day, Disney is attempting to woo back the very audience that spent a decade sidelining. Florida residents who had been priced out or simply lost interest now have a compelling reason to return. And with the offerings spanning over 4 months, it's clear Disney isn't expecting this to be a quick fix. The timing is also worth noting. The offer ends in late September, which conveniently gets Disney through the immediate launch window of Epic Universe and allows it to keep locals engaged while Universal hogs national headlines. Whether this is a one-time reaction or the beginning of a more permanent shift remains to be seen, but the message is clear. Disney knows it's under pressure. And for the first time in years, it is showing. Stay tuned to That Park Place as we continue covering the escalating competition between Disney and Universal in what may become the most exciting theme park showdown of the decade. Yes, indeed, it is a battle royale between Universal and Disney as they seem to battle it out. Epic Universe it's an amazing park. I've been there. I want to go back. I certainly want to go back to Epic Universe far more than I ever want to go to Disney again, which is kind of crazy. It's awesome, but what do you think? Sound off in the comments below. Are you going on vacation to Orlando this summer? Are you going to come to Disney? Are you going to go to Universal? What are your thoughts on the whole ordeal between Epic Universe and Walt Disney World? Let us know. Sound off in the comments below before you go out the door. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. I do hope Epic humbles them. The quality and maintenance in Japan puts even the early 90s version of Walt Disney World to shame, and the daily tickets are $43. Wait, are you talking about Tokyo? Tokyo Disney's only $43 to go to Tokyo Disney. I know you were just there. Disney parks aren't worth the daily price. I won't go back to WW unless I get Florida pricing. I mean, there are ways, but I'm telling you, you're going to want to spend your dollars here at Universal. If you come to Florida right now, in my opinion, Universal is a far, far, far better vacation value for your dollar. It's really, really that simple. I'm going to do a quick celebratory break. I know there hasn't been any super chat, super thanks, super stickers, that kind of stuff yet, but I still love you because you are all here and you're chatting, and that is good. We're going to celebrate y'all with a culture bear. We're back. We are back. So yeah, I'm definitely I'm gonna hold the release. Oh, there we go. Yay! Member for 10 months. Ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 10 months really, Izzo? God, has it been? That is awesome. That is, you know what? I think that deserves one of these guys. Let's do it.
Is it too much? Too much. It's the perfect.
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Yes, indeed. I love this brand. I love Weird Rachel. Weird. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your support, your love. It means a lot to me, and I'm kind of on. I'm really tired, a little bit also on cloud nine because of getting. Obviously, those that saw the review on Thursday night know that I got a chance to meet up with a lot of That Park Place people in person. Vash and Lauren and all of us coming from across the country to meet somewhere in the desert of Alaska or Hawaii. Yeah, good morning, GD. Good to see you here. Want to get the last story on the screen, and that is about the Thunderbolts. Let me bring it up over here. Have you seen the Thunderbolts? What do you think in the chat? Let me know. Chat your comments about the Thunderbolts. Yeah, I linked. So yeah, we should be good to see after this culture Yes, indeed. So thank you for that, Tom. Appreciate it. And I'll call later today, Tom, just to let you know. Tanner Stanley, I have not seen you in the chat. Welcome to Follow the Bradley's Fun. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel, but if you're not, you can always take the time to do that. Click the like button, all that kind of stuff. Living 7.5 hours away from the parks, I have never considered buying any kind of an annual season pass to any of the parks until I saw how much value Universal has added to the park with Epic. Absolutely. And I cannot wait. I can't wait. This is for Epic Universe. That is going to be crazy, and I think they're going to go like hotcakes. So everybody, save up your thousands now to get them, because when they do release them, woof, who knows how limited they're going to be. But yeah, absolutely. Long Rua, but that means beckoning going to be so much sweeter for the mouse when the shock rodent comes to the States. Yeah. So was it a way? I'm just going to tell you right now, as far as reviews are concerned, if you're just trying to kind of follow along with the Marvel story, if you are still there, don't waste your time watching this movie in the theaters. I don't think that this movie is worth a theatrical watch. Like and I'm saying that sincerely. There was nothing about this movie that said to me that I got more out of it by going to a movie theater than watching it at home. And I was watching it to review it, and it's a little bit difficult for me to review because I don't remember the first half of it that well. I was very excited to see how they were going to handle the new character of the Sentry, which should have been marketed. It should be in the marketing, and it should not be a spoiler or a surprise about who the Sentry is or what he does. If they would have marketed the movie around the Sentry and his powers and the threat that the Void is, I think that this movie would do better. But they marketed this movie around a bunch of characters nobody cares about, one of which is dispatched within the first couple minutes of the movie, I think. It's just ridiculous. So I'm going to give an overall review right now on this live stream, because it's not what the story's about. But what I will say is that when you first start to watch this, boring. I hope, let me put it this way. I hope that this live stream is never as boring as watching that movie was for the first 45 minutes to an hour. I might have been snoring. I don't know. But yes, you guys, if I'm ever boring you or we're getting long, at least you can communicate with me in the chat. Let me know. Hey, it's a wake up, Ron. Stop boring us or whatever. I would actually, because I'm here for you and I want to give you the best show that I can. Otherwise, what's the point? I want to give you value, and I don't want to create something like Disney does that has just so little value to it. You can start watching this movie from the middle. Like, you can walk into this movie in the middle and get an exciting movie. Sleepy Ron, yeah. Don't let me know what time. I don't know, Tom. When I do it, when I call. If I need to leave you a message, you can call me back. Yeah, I have no idea. Really, I don't know what I don't. I'm barely back. I got to get myself organized, and I am not organized at all. Right, as you can, I don't even have the hat on today, Tom. I don't have the hat. Where's the hat? The hat is packed away, right? So, but yeah. Oh, I will tell you this. If Disney was thinking that they've got a major win going forward in Thunderbolts, because the Hollywood trades are touting this as a great opening weekend for Marvel's MCU's The Thunderbolts, well, maybe the story's got a little spin to it, because the way Thunderbolts is tracking doesn't look great for the MCU. We're going to put this on the screen out of thatparkplace.com. Bookmark it if you haven't yet. This is by Scenario, the Thunderbolts opening weekend box office, a major Eternals level flop for the Marvels. Despite strong reviews, is there no hope left for Disney's MCU. And there they are, looking so surprised at whatever the heck it is that they're seeing. I think what they're looking at is office numbers that were surprisingly low. Not really surprisingly. Surprisingly for them, we all know the truth over here, though. Now, don't we? No, don't we? Marvel Studios is staring down yet another grim milestone as Thunderbolts begins its theatrical run. Domestic box office projections place this film's opening weekend between 70 and 75 million domestically. On paper, that might sound respectable, but in the context of Marvel's recent track record, it paints a very different picture. The opening falls well below Captain America Brave New World, which earned $100 million during its first domestic weekend. The film ultimately grossed just over $414 million worldwide. With a bloated budget and marketing costs factored in, it was widely deemed an abysmal financial loss for Disney. That's Captain America Brave New World, or lame Captain America 2 Lame New World, or whatever you want to call it. Oh boy. Now, Thunderbolts, a film with a reported $200 million budget before marketing and theater cuts, appears poised to deliver even less box office momentum than a movie already considered a misfire. Echoes of the Eternals. Echoes. Put this into perspective. Thunderbolts' projected debut closely mirrors that of 2021's Eternals, which opened to $71 million domestically. That movie was widely viewed as the MCU's first major box office failure, despite an ambitious creative vision and a sprawling cast. And if you look below, there is the cast of Eternals, in case you forgot, like I did, and I'd like to forget everything about the movie Eternals. If it never existed, that would be great. Since then, Marvel has only seen more volatility in its performance, culminating in what many consider its most damaging theatrical release to The Marvels, which, by the way, I actually liked The Marvels more than the Eternals. I think The Marvels had a lot more potential. Unfortunately, that potential was squandered. But it's more, I mean, Marvel's is silly. It's got just ridiculous things in it, but it's way more entertaining than the Eternals, in my opinion. That Brie Larson-led film managed just $63.3 million during its domestic opening weekend. Thunderbolts will surpass it, but not by much, and likely not enough to erase comparisons. What makes this scenario especially damning is that Thunderbolts is actually enjoying strong audience and critical reception, something its predecessors sorely lacked. A rare positive reaction with no payoff. As of opening weekend, Thunderbolts holds a critic score of 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. That would put it in the upper tier of post-Endgame Marvel films. But even more telling is the reaction from audiences. 94% all audience score, 95% verified audience score. In another era, that kind of reception would have guaranteed strong word of mouth and a box office surge. Today, it's barely moving the needle. The disconnect between reception and results speaks volumes about the current state of the Marvel brand. And I will say this from my own opinion about the movie. Like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just got a really, really boring start. And then halfway through the movie to the end, it's pretty good. I like all of the acting and the characters, but the problem is that the characters are not particularly memorable, but they're worth a watch. Just not, for my money, worth a watch in the theater. And I wish they would have done more with the Sentry, and I wish that the movie would have been more of a Sentry/Void-centric movie. But that's my personal opinion. Back to the story. Once Marvel could launch virtually any property, no matter how obscure, and turn it into a billion-dollar juggernaut. Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, Black Panther. Those weren't household names before Marvel Studios transformed them into box office anchors. But those days appear to be over. Broken trust in a brand in decline. What we seem to what we seem to be witnessing with Thunderbolts isn't just a poor opening, it's the continued failure of a multi-year erosion of audience confidence between inconsistent storytelling over reliance on streaming tie-ins and a relentless release schedule. Marvel seems to have exhausted the goodwill it spent over a decade building. Audiences, I got a lip problem here. I have a throat problem too. My gosh. And Izzo's place, just to let you know, I will get you in a minute. Thank you for that. But I will get to it. Big celebration. My gosh. Okay, restart here. Sorry. I'm going to edit that out in the cut of this. Audiences once lined up sight unseen for anything bearing the Marvel Studios logo. Now, even a well-reviewed film is being met with indifference. It's not about quality anymore. It's about trust. And Marvel has lost a considerable amount of it. The brand fatigue has been accelerated by a string of projects perceived as lackluster or politically driven, not to mention major delays, behind the scenes controversies, and shifting leadership. Audiences who once felt invested in a unified cinematic experience are now unsure what, if anything, connects these films or whether they're worth a ticket price. What I'm saying is Thunderbolts, not a bad movie, but is it worth a watch in a theater? Is it worth a ticket price? Not really. Not for me. That's just my thoughts. And it's not bad, but it's just like it's kind of boring. It's just really boring, especially the first half of it. A harsh financial outlook. Let's not forget the numbers. With a $200 million production budget and what is likely another $150 million marketing spend, Thunderbolts will need to earn roughly $700 million globally just to hit the break-even point. That's because studios only retain about half of domestic ticket sales and then even less from overseas markets. Based on this weekend's projections and given the performance of recent Marvel entries, it's hard to see a path to that goal. International performance will help, but it's unlikely to make up the shortfall. If the film finishes in the same range as Brave New World or Eternals, it may become yet another red mark on a post-Endgame report card. The bigger problem for Disney, this isn't just about one movie. This is part of a pattern, and it underscores a larger issue for Disney. The studio has been bet heavily on the Marvel Cinematic Universe as the cornerstone of its entertainment strategy. But even if its best reviewed films can't generate buzz or box office dollars, the problem isn't the movies themselves, it's the brand. At some point, Marvel will need to confront the reality that the trust of its core audience can't be regained overnight. High review scores and better storytelling are important, but they won't matter if audiences have already moved on. And that is so true. And a lot of audiences, I think, have absolutely moved on. Did you see Thunderbolts, or are you planning to see it in the theater? Are you going to wait for Disney Plus? Do you even care that this movie exists? Let us know your thoughts about the whole Thunderbolts and the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. Let us know in the comments. Let us know down below before you go out the door. Thank you so much for coming in today. And thank you, Izzo's Place, coming in hot. The 626. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. He knows. If you guys know what the 626 super chat is, that is awesome. I appreciate that. The 626 is Ohana. That is family. That is Stitch. That is love. We appreciate that so much. Would you like me to read this in the Stitch voice? What role would you want in the MCU, Ron? Well, it's good, of course. Actually, that's actually a very, very cool question, because for years, and I'm telling you this, I actually thought I would be a great Reed Richards. And this is when the MCU was hot a decade ago. I thought, man, so like in my mind, I'm like, okay, someday, Marvel's going to acquire Fox. They're going to do the Fantastic Four, and with an opportunity to do it right, I will be Reed Richards. Yes, indeed. I don't really care now because Pedro Pascal being Reed Richards, I think is just going to ruin the character forever. But yeah, that's a good question. I would love to portray. I think I could portray a great Reed Richards. First of all, I could get into the right shape for it because Reed is supposed to be like a tall, thin character because he's kind of a shoestring, sort of a Jim Carrey with a little bit of muscle, and that is a shape that I can get into. It takes time and it takes a lot of hard work, but I can do it. And also being a little bit older but appearing a little bit younger, it would have been fun. And I had a whole lot different idea for where they could go with Fantastic Four than where they've chosen to go. But yeah, absolutely for the super man. I appreciate those plays. By the way, I've been watching your shorts and stuff coming out from Japan, the stuff you did. So I appreciate all the stuff that you've been putting out, and I will connect with it more when I have more time. It's been a crazy weekend for me, but definitely appreciate that super chat. I think what we need to do is, how about Wookiee? Want to do Wookiee celebration? Okay, that was weird. Today is Revenge to the 5th, or Cinco de Mayo, or Cinco de Lando. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. A little Wookiee dance, a little Star Wars. Yeah, there's a lot of people who would have done any of those castings, any of those than Reed Richards and the way that they're doing it. I had a whole idea of storyline too. Like my storyline would have been that the Fantastic Four were already named the Fantastic Four as astronauts before they went up into space to investigate what the heck was going on with these cosmic events, right? So they would have been all people who had survived the first snap, and over the 5 years they were trying to investigate as astronauts what was going on in the cosmic regions in outer space. And when the reverse snap happened and people started coming back to life, they were in outer space, and they noticed an anomaly that popped up with the first snap, and then with the Tony Stark snap, which only happened technically moments later. You think about that. Thanos, Hulk snapped everybody back. Remember that? Hulk snapped everybody back, and then a battle ensued, and then there was another snap. Apparently, those snaps are quite cosmic. So I was thinking that it was that second snap from Tony Stark that, even though it caused Thanos and his minions to like disappear and vanish, and that won the day, it also caused the cosmic cloud that the first snap had caused, like kind of over the earth, the cosmic cloud. Well, it caused that cosmic cloud to kind of where the Fantastic Four was investigating, and that would have created their power shift. And then in my version of it, they were all in a coma for quite some time before mutating to get their powers, if you will. But that's regardless. It's not going to happen. It's fun fan stuff, and I'm thinking about it. But you know what? I need to have a good time thinking about is getting over to Culture Casino. Culture Bear. Thank you guys so much for being here today with me. Again, look for upcoming changes on the channel, on the show. Lots of stuff is going to be happening through May, through June, through July. We got years and years and again. Mainstream media. That's pro. That's not me. But I'm on the team. I think. I hope so. And yeah, I got to tell you guys, you should know this. The That Park Place team of people, Pro, Jonas, Marvin the Movie Monster, Vash Guy, Culture, Lorena, everybody, they're great people. And I have enjoyed working with this crew. I will always be honored to work with the That Park Place crew. You guys don't have a clue actually. I couldn't enough as being great people. But speaking of people, let's get you over to another great person in the still right now. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Next time, see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.